Welcome everyone. Like I was saying, it's UI weekend. So my name is Timnono Akayode. Yeah, also known as TK. Let's say also popular. Yeah. So I'm also known as TK. I've been a product designer for about 4 years. I've been opportunity to work on different products, different projects. I think I not long ago did a ride hailing product for Sierra Leone, and yeah, I'm currently working on some AI products. And well, generally, I think it's been fun so far. Yeah, and I just feel like it's time to bring people along with me. I mean, I just don't want to have that knowledge. I feel this knowledge can be shared and even free. Yeah, because well, I learned most of the things I know free. 'Cause I'm kind of self-taught. I'm self-taught. Yeah, basically I learned off YouTube and as many sources I could find. Yeah, and well, I'm making money out of it, and I believe you can also. So that's why I'm bringing this opportunity to everyone free and yeah, no charges. So I'm Timolo Akara, the product designer. So this cohort is brought to you by GoCreative. So what's GoCreative? GoCreative is an education tech platform whose major focus is to connect creatives with mentors in order to grow, create, and connect. Yeah. So basically, the idea of GoCreative is to bridge the gap between skill and a mentor and a mentee. I think that's the word. So you have a skill you want to learn. There's someone who has learned it, someone who has probably mastered it, and you want to learn from that person. So what GoCreative does is to bring you to them. Yeah, make it easy for you to connect and yeah, and you can grow that way. Yeah, so that's what GoCreative is doing. So you can check them you can check them out on LinkedIn and Instagram. Yeah, so that's GoCreative Africa. Yeah, I might probably send the link to the group later, but if you can connect with them now. So yeah, who am I? I initially wanted to give like a LinkedIn formal introduction of myself, my experience, this, that. Yeah, and I just decided to just go easy, as simple as possible. So I'm a UI designer. I'm also a motion designer. I'm a graphic designer. I'm also introverted. Yeah, I'm not a shy person. Yeah, but I'm introverted, quiet in a way. Yeah, but I'm not a shy person. There's a difference. Some people don't know the difference. There's actually a difference. I'm also a lover of God. Yeah, I love God. If I'm choosing between Messi and Ronaldo, I'll say Ronaldo. I know many of us might not agree, but that's you. Yeah, I'm also pianist. I play piano. I play keyboard. Okay. I'm also between Batman and Superman, Batman fan, and yeah, I'm also a Manchester United fan. So GGMU. I know we're not doing so well, but I'm still a fan. Yeah. So you can follow me on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram. Okay, on Twitter and Instagram, TK, designs by TK, and on LinkedIn, I'm Kyle Demelua. It's very easy to find. Yeah, so that's me. So let's go on. Okay. So what are we going to be learning? What are we going to be covering today? So what we're doing today is very simple, actually. So we're basically talking about why your designs might not look so great. Yeah. Also talking about how to level up your design, like your UI design as a designer, yeah, and also what to expect from this tutorial series. So before I go on, yeah, as much as I'll try my best to be as basic as possible, especially for new guys, I'll really, it should be more beneficial for people who has at least have a little knowledge of what UI UX is. If not so much, if not full blown. I don't need to be a master at it, but 'cause I was hoping not to start from the beginning, meaning I have to start talking about what UI UX is, the tools and everything. So I was hoping someone or people who have at least um, gotten to a level of in UI, maybe it's just understanding what it is at least. Yeah, although I checked the the form, 'cause like the form I sent to the group. I don't know if you have not filled it. I'm hoping you guys can. I'll really appreciate if you guys can fill it, so I could have a broader, I have a larger data set. Yeah, but based on what's on the group, most of us are actually intermediates, and I love it. Yeah, I'll try my best to also include complete beginners. Yeah, but let's just go on. So what next? So yeah, um, why your designs might not look great yet. So on the right, you can see an image of what I ordered versus what I got. I'm sure we've all had an experience one way or another um, in our time in this country. Yeah, probably via clothes or there's so many ways we could order something and get something else. Yeah. So what I ordered, what I got. So most times when you learn a skill, yeah, especially in this design phase where you go to a school, a training facility, they teach you about UI UX. Um, they teach about UI UX. They give you an introduction to what it's all about. Yeah, and then they leave you to yourself. Yeah. Most times it's hard to figure it out from there because it's most times not straightforward. Yeah. So how do you bridge that gap? How do you bridge that knowledge between what you have learned in whatever form and what you have in mind or what you have seen that you want to replicate? So yeah. So the first thing I said was it's usually not a knowledge issue. It's usually not a knowledge issue. Yeah. Because most times we if I ask most of us directly, we might say one or two things about UI designs, about UX designs. Yeah, we're probably taking. I don't know if how many of us have taken courses in UI UX before. Yeah, I don't know if. Okay, let me just ask. How many of us have taken? You can just raise your hands. No, don't raise your hands. You could use an emoji or something to react if you have taken a course in UI UX before, at least once. Okay, Sean, nice. Belumi, nice. Thanks, David. Okay, so I'm seeing that at least half of us here have taken a course at least once before. Yeah, and which is great actually. Yeah, but how do you bridge that what you have learned with what you want to do? So that's one of the things that we'll be looking at today. So it's not a knowledge issue. So now it's number two. It's often a skill issue. Yeah, so it's more or less like a funny example. While I was preparing this slide came to mind. I don't know, especially guys. Yeah, so we guys we cut our hair at barbing salon, right? Definitely. Yeah. Have you ever noticed the apprentice standing beside the what do you call it now? The barber. Yeah. So sometimes when I'm getting cut and I'm seeing an apprentice, I'm usually wondering how do these apprentices actually learn? Because they are definitely not going to learn with my hair. Yeah. So I know we guys cherish our hair so much in such a way that we don't just let anybody cut our hair. And when we find a good barber, we're usually very loyal to that barber. So we always wonder how do new barbers actually make it in life? Yeah. So it's something like that. You have learned something, and now most times you don't directly get. So people are lucky, yeah, they get direct internship or a job where they can immediately practice that skill. But sometimes there's usually that silent moment between what you have learned and now putting that skill to practice, putting it to work. So if you don't get a job, if you don't get internship, if you don't get gigs, yeah, it's usually up to you to now take up roles, take up projects, take up that commitment to learning that okay, I'm not just going to put this skill to waste. I'm not just going to wait till the stars align before I start putting that skill to practice. Yeah. So most times you have to find a way to exercise that skill. Yeah. So it's no longer a knowledge problem because you've probably learned well in your course without Google or maybe Udemy, Coursera, whatever it is. You have learned so well in your course, and now it's time to now put that what you have learned to practice. Yeah. So the third one I said, practice and feedback are key to bridge the gap. Yeah. So most times we do have someone we are accountable to, yeah, that can put us to, meaning maybe senior designer or someone that basically that has gone ahead of us. So most times we are left alone. So even if we do something, we're not sure if it's good, and most times that affects our confidence because how am I sure what I've done is correct? How am I sure what I've done works? Yeah. So to recap, most times when a knowledge issue, especially when you have taken courses, it's oftentimes a skill issue, especially when it has been dormant for a while. And yeah, you also need practice and feedback to actually grow in your skill. Yeah. So next slide. So how to level up your design skills. So number one, you have to learn the fundamentals. Yeah. Um, no matter how low or how high you want to make a building, you always have to consider the foundation. Yeah, a skyscraper, a bridge, even a hut, even as little as a tent. Sometimes you have to consider the foundation of it. To be sincere or based on experience, yeah. What makes up our fundamentals is usually the basics, the basic principles of design. So, what are your typography like? What's your color? How do you now use colors? What's there again? Colors, typography, your space. How do you emphasize this? What are the principles of design basically? I know we're going to focus on UI mostly. Yeah, but I'll definitely chip in UX as we're working on because they are hand in hand. But to actually get better at designs, to level up your designs, you have to be grounded at the foundation. Those are the fundamentals. So your text, your colors, your shapes, your hierarchy. There are lots. I think probably um as a classes progress, I'll be taking us into each of them so we could understand how they actually work in real life. Yeah, I know most of us have learned it in courses and stuff, so we'll be practicalizing it. So we're not. I hope I'm not talking too much. We're not just doing theory. We're not just doing. We're not just doing theory. We'll be focused on practical majorly. So number two, how do you level up your designs? So you practice consistently. Yeah. So how do you practice? You make redesigns, you challenge yourself. So basically what we're doing this is like a foreshadow of what we'll be doing so far. So making redesigns so that we could share a screen or something to the group and we make it a challenge to redesign that screen. Yeah. So you post it on the group. Everyone, I and everyone, we make comments. I'll try my best to be quiet. Hopefully we can make it peer to peer, meaning let's assume I'm a student, I post my design on the group. Yeah, someone else that's also a student can make comment on it. Yeah, like all right, you can change this, you can make this better. This color is off, this combination does not work. Yeah, maybe if my input is needed, I could come in. I will actually always come in. Yeah, but I would really appreciate if it's peer to peer majorly. Yeah, so we'll be making a lot of designs. We'll be challenging ourselves either daily or weekly. But because of our work, most of us work schedule, I think a weekly challenge will be more practical. But let's just leave it as daily. So leveling up your designs, getting feedback, like I said, learn from peers and mentors. So peer to peer is very strong. I think one of the reasons why I got good at designs was because I had people who were very good at designs mentoring us back then. Um, all right, so let me just share my story very briefly. I started as a graphic designer, basically from a campus fellowship in my school. Yeah, I knew zero. Okay, I knew just very little about designs. Yeah, but I was able to meet great people in designs. Elijah Smith, a lot of people that gave us tasks to do. We did make the designs. We submitted it. They made feedback. They gave us feedback. They even prompted us to scratch the design and do something else. And it basically built my graphic design skills. And those skills I learned in my graphic design, I transferred them into UI design very easily. Yeah. So getting feedbacks, getting criticism, yeah, constructive, even sometimes like the word destructive criticism counts. So someone look at your work and say, okay, this doesn't work. to try something new. It's usually not supposed to be. It's usually not. It's not most times an attack on yourself or your skills, but it's just to encourage you that okay, you can basically do better than what you have done. So there'll be a lot of feedbacks from me, from anyone to you, back and forth, so we can all grow better at what we do. Yeah. Um, Welcome everyone for joining. Next is work on real projects. Yeah, so we're working on real projects. So we'll not just do we will, yeah, but we'll not just rely on I don't know if I mean of us know dribble like dribble shots. Basically you just have a login screen and you create. Um for a start we can do that, but I'm hoping on the long run we could grow as much as we could pick a case study, probably maybe waste management. That's what came to mind. So we could look at waste management and see how can we build a product that solves a problem in waste management. So we think of all the onboarding, all everything we need to do to design the product. And who knows, maybe from there someone could pick up that project and make it a real world project that we can work with. Yeah. So we work on real projects on the long run, but for a start, we could start with simple sprints, especially for newbies. If you are maybe more advanced and you feel you have gotten to a level, you can always do something more. Definitely, there's no restrictions. There's no scheme of work per se. It's just each of us growing ourselves. So yeah, so work on real projects, real ideas that counts. Yeah. Then last is stay inspired and updated. Um, well, my especially my Twitter account, my LinkedIn, okay, no, especially my LinkedIn account, LinkedIn, Twitter, it's majorly about designers. I'm a very terrible gist person. Where gist lovers, Niger gist, and everyone, you might most times not find them on my timeline. Most times, usually, what designers are doing, um, design chief priests. There are a lot of them. They just keep coming up on my timeline. Basically, my timeline is basically about designs most times, and I'm kind of intentionally trying to change. At least let me know what's going on in the world. I know what's going on, but majorly my timeline is filled with designs. Um, my LinkedIn design, what design people are talking about, what people are talking about in design and stuff like that. Yeah, so one way to grow is to feed your mind with good designs. Yeah. Um, how did he put it? Like you most times become what you see. The more you see good designs, even if your skill does not match that design. Yeah, meaning you open up a maybe a senior designer's work, you come across it online, you try to replicate it. Most times it's not going to look like it. Yeah, it does not matter. The fact that you have absorbed what good design looks like, it's kind of helps you go towards the right direction. Yeah, that okay, even if my design does not yet look like what this guy does, or even if I can't design up to the level this guy has done, by trying to replicate it is you feeding your mind into what good design is. Yeah. So moving forward. So what to expect from this tutorial series, basically. Very briefly, what do you expect? So number one, hands-on exercises. Yeah, so I would do my best to um how do I put it down? I'll do my best to give us as much exercises as possible that we can work on. Because personally I feel that's the best way to learn. Yeah, I know theory is good. Learning the theory, learning all the laws in UI, in UX, yeah. But it's one thing to learn all the laws, it's another thing for you to practice, to be able to practice with it or to do something with it. Yeah. Yeah. So I'll do my best to. Oh no, not just me. We will put all hands together to ensure we practicalize what we are learning. The next is feedback and reviews. So there'll be a lot of feedback reviews. So just look at it this way. This session is more or less you working you getting feedback and you going back to work, getting feedback, going back to work, till we all grow and till become all top designers. Yeah. Um, Weekly challenges, like I said before. So to build yourself, you actually need challenges. You have to challenge yourself. Yeah. So I use the word muscle memory, probably because I just joined the gym. Yeah. So I don't know if any of us has been to the gym. Yeah, the first time you go there, you might have issues with the weights. Especially when if you are a jeb, what's the English for ajebo? If you are a nepo baby or something like that, yeah. If you are not someone who doesn't exercise themselves very often, yeah, you find it difficult to at first to lift some weights, 5 kg, 10 kg. It might be difficult, but the more you exercise yourself, the more you lift those weights, the more you push yourself, gradually you just realize you're getting better at this, you are getting stronger, you are getting better basically. Yeah, so that's what we'll be doing, challenges basically. Then also portfolio ready projects. So we're not just designing for the fun of it. We're not just designing because we can. Yeah. I'm believing we can build our portfolio with this. Meaning many of us want to apply for jobs, but we don't have a solid portfolio yet. So this is like a medium by which you can make designs, put them on Behance, put them on Instagram, put them on wherever you can dribble, even build your own portfolio websites. Yeah. And from there, God works in mysterious ways. You could get your first job. So I'm hoping all that we'll be doing in this session, yeah, in all sessions that we'll be doing, yeah, um, it could lead to each and every one of us, especially if you are not yet a designer professionally, it could lead to each and every one of us um, becoming employed. So having a portfolio that is solid, yeah, that is solid, not just visually, but also for recruiters. Yeah. So any question so far, based on all I've said? Does anyone have any question? Feel free, no pressure. So any question from anyone? Yeah, I think that was so. Anyone? Any question? Okay, maybe I'll just answer some FAQs I have in my head. Okay, the someone speaking. Sorry, I left the screen. Okay.
Yeah, good.
Can you hear us now? You try speak, you could not hear.
Yeah, can you
Sorry.
hear me, sir?
Yeah, yeah, cool. Can hear you.
You can hear me now. Okay. Good evening, everyone. So, basically, I have two questions actually. The first one is actually concerning practicing. I think you said something about practicing to get better. So, one problem that hope you are hearing me, sir.
Clearly, clearly.
Okay. So, one problem that I've been facing with learning UI UX is this. This software that we used to use, that's Figma actually. So this
Mm-hmm.
Figma, it's used internet connection. We have to do data for it. And anytime I want to learn it, like I will just find out that I've consumed a lot of data without doing something tangible, like just moving around. Like I've not mastered it. So that has been my issue. That do you face something like that? And during that time, what do you do about it? So that's my first question actually. So
All
this
right.
second question is about the criticism. Like I said, people will criticize your work. Actually, one thing that I've noticed is that it is always the non-designer that criticize my work. That what can you do about that one? Like, what if it's a non-designer that will just say, do this, move it to this side. So, what can we do about that? So, those are the two questions I have, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure, sure. So first question about data. Well, when I first started, I think Figma is, I don't know if it's better or not. Maybe well, thank God for growth. But I think when I first started, I had that issues also. You have to be online. So it's first scary because we did not, I was still in school, I was still a student, so I did not have all the money of the world. Yeah, so it was scary to use my data. Like, that be subscribing every day, every like you want to kill me. Yeah. Well, initially I started by okay, you log into Figma, you you open your workspace and everything, and then I turn off my data. I think that I did that for a while. Yeah. So you turn off your maybe this is tipping actually. So put on your Figma, open it up, turn off your data, so you can work offline. Yeah, for the meantime, for the time. Although things like plugins, you might not be able to preview your prototype and what other thing? Yeah, majorly plugins and seeing your prototype are like the two things that might be disabled if you turn off your data. But you can always design without data. Yeah, yeah, you can design without data, and then so if you can do that, I believe or I think that might save you data also. Yeah, although in the long run, I think a point will just come where you just let it go. Yeah, so a time just came, I just what will be, and you just let it go, and then you realize, well, it's actually not consuming as much data as you think. Probably, maybe also put your laptop, your PC on without connection. Yeah, so that you don't, your laptop does not download. It cannot save the data, to be honest. Well, I can. Well, it's been a long time I've done something like that. So I think I've not been paying attention to how much data Figma use. Yeah, just subscribe and they take their tax like that. But if that does not work, well, I think okay. Yeah, you can speak. You can speak.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm sorry, like regards the data of a thing, if you put your data off and you still on it back, the amount of load you've worked on will
Worked
still be
on.
the amount of data you
Still
will use.
upload.
So
Wow.
it's not necessary. You just have to close your eyes and just let it go.
That's the
Thank
word
you.
actually. Close your eyes, let it go. And hopefully it pays off in time that you no longer pay attention to it. 'Cause right now, like I said, I don't pay attention to how much data Figma use. I just design. Yeah, someone's hand was raised. Um, if you want to answer this question, sorry, I forgot whose hand was raised. Okay, yeah, Ayotunde, you can speak.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
So, concerning the data thing, yeah, I understand clearly what the guy is going through because based on the tariff now that, and the consumption generally in the country is not really cool. So, what some people do is that they take advantage of Wi-Fi opportunity. For instance, if you work somewhere in a company that you have access to the Wi-Fi, it's just a matter of spending the extra time at the office and things like that. But the only advice I can give to substitute for that internet thing is get a separate network provider that you know you want to be using for things like this. So you have subscription on it just for that purpose. So it could be a day subscription, it could be a week subscription based on how often you practice. So you are not using the same internet connection that you are using for daily, like for your WhatsApp and everything. At the same time, which when you want to work on Figma, because most of the time when you want to work on Figma, you make use of your laptop, and laptop generally they consume data more. No matter what you are doing on laptop, even if it's WhatsApp, you get more internet consumption than if you are using your phone. So maybe you just get a separate internet provider that works well around your area, and then you are subscribing basically just for design purpose on that, so it does not affect when you don't need to design. I don't know if you get the suggestion.
Yeah, that's actually very smart. So it just helps you know allocate data basically. Yeah. So does that answer the question to you? That first question. Just know there's no way I'm not going to use data. Most times I use more than 100 gigabytes per month. So it's well, I use the word painful, but it's part of the job. I can't but have data. You get, so try your best. You would just let it go. I know Tinubu is not smiling at you, but just let it go basically. So Emmanuel, you want to speak? Sorry.
Yeah, let me just add to what you just said. One thing that works for me actually is if I want to use my data to work, if I want to use my data to work, or I just want to use anything on Figma, I do what? I put my phone on airplane mode. I say airplane mode rather. Do not disturb. So that do not disturb actually works for me. Once I put it on do not disturb, I only focus. My data only focus on Figma, and I also do the data restriction. So yeah, my data is actually restricted to so many things, even when I'm using the laptop. And me, I consume data a lot, so I know that okay, this particular thing I want to use for Figma is basically for Figma. So once I recharge, I do the necessary restriction for my phone and do not disturb, so I won't get any
Notification.
till I'm done with my Figma.
Yeah.
I think if we can try that, it's my word for him.
All right. All right. All right. Well, you can try that also. Yeah. So I don't dwell too much on it. So well, that's actually also smart. Um, so I think the sum is try your best to block as many leakages as possible. Restrict data. Put on metered connection. That's also very important on your laptop. Metered connection, or else your laptop just keeps updating. You just wake up one day and it has downloaded Windows 11 wants a driver or something that you might not need. Yeah, and it's usually very painful. You just see that icon on your PC that says you have an update that waiting for you to restart. Yeah, it basically downloaded everything in the background. Yeah, so you don't want something like that. If you don't want to, you can always put your PC on metered connection to prevent it. Yeah, so the next question you asked was about criticism. You were talking about non-designers criticizing. So what came to my mind was football. Have you ever been to a viewing center or something where guys are talking about how Nicolas Jackson did not score a goal, or how if how is a terrible finisher or something? And we're like, Nicolas Jackson, he could have passed to this guy, he could have given Sterling, he could have done this. Yes, we're not footballers. We are probably not even half of what Nicolas Jackson has gone through as a footballer. But um, so how it is most times um, people who are not in. How do I put this word now? People who are not inside your shoe can actually see better. This, like I said, sometimes meaning I'm a football fan. I've watched Ronaldo play, I've watched Messi play, I've watched Garnacho play, I've watched Rashford play. Who else is there? I've watched Yamal. Sorry, I'm using football. Oh, I've watched a lot of players play over the years. Yeah, Kaka, Lampard, Drogba, a lot of players. And one way or another, we have accumulated knowledge of football. Basically, we have seen what Modric did in Real Madrid or something at this time. And then we see Rashford in that same position and he's not doing half of what Modric did, and we're complaining that come on, you could have chased that ball, you could have done this, you could have done that. Yeah. So most times, just like football, how most of us probably in the last 5 years have not touched a ball, or maybe how you just race and kick the ball. That yes we have done. We are very good at um commenting on footballers that have dedicated their life to football. Yeah, and most times we are right. Meaning for real, Nicola Jackson could have passed the ball. Yeah, most times we're right. You get, but maybe someone who is a footballer who knows that okay, that Modric that Modric pass was not as easy as it looked. Yeah, it could also it could what's the word now? It could empathize with. Sorry, I'm using Rashford. It's one name is married. So he could empathize with Rashford and say, okay, that pass would not have been easy. It just looked easy because it was with Modric. You get, but we from the top were seeing it and we're like, we have seen this pass before. We know it's possible. So most times, how it works is non-designers have an idea of how this thing should look, even though they don't know how to do it. Yeah. So most time what you just have to do is to filter. When I mean filter, they say put this button here. You now critically think, okay, does it actually have any advantage if this button is red, if this button is blue? Does it obey or disobey any UI law? Um, does it work? Sometimes, if you think of it deeply, sometimes it work. Then sometimes you listen to them again and be like, it's just it's not going to work. You get, so you just filter it out. But listen to everyone. Let everyone speak to you, but you also can filter out what you listen to and put it through a lens, a filter that right, this works, this doesn't work. So I don't know if that answered the question. Does that answer the question? Well understood. Thank you. Right. So any other question? Any other question?
Sorry, good evening. I just joined in the question and answer, so I didn't really get anything. Sorry, sir. I didn't get
Uh,
notification until this evening. I didn't know that anything would be this
uh,
evening.
oh, wow, what could have caused that? We have been chatting on the group for a while. Yeah,
Yes,
no,
yes,
no problem.
yes.
No problem, no problem, really. So we
So I'll
basically
just keep following. I
okay, all
think this
right,
is just the preliminary, so I'll keep following
sure,
subsequently.
sure, sure, yeah, no problem. Yeah, all right, all right. So we'll see in other classes going forward. I think the question I saw in one of the responses. I'm trying to find it. Okay, yeah. So someone asked if there will be a certificate for the class. Yeah, well, it's not exactly a course or a boot camp or something. It's just more or less um, us come together to just grow. So it's not a certificate given kind of maybe in the coming future I could host something like that that might include certificates, but this particular one is just community building and just growth community building. Yeah, it's not. There's really no certificate at the end. There's no end. That why I said foreseeable future, meaning it could be our thing that we keep coming every day for the next 5 years. Yeah, it could be the next 10 years, whatever it is. Yeah, but it's not there's no certificate. So that's just to answer that question. Okay. Okay. So should I take that as no other question? Maybe challenge in your design. Maybe something that you personally quite based on the response. A lot of people have issues with prototyping. Um, yeah, and I get how it can be. Also, people have issues with auto layouts. Let me just go through it. I don't know if we should. Okay. Mm, what layout do you have? Okay. So some people say color, auto layout animations. Yeah. Um, setting up my design process, prototyping and responsive design, creating clean layouts. Yeah, I'm really hoping if I that clean layouts, your design has to be clean as possible. Mm, okay, what else do people point out? Yeah, prototyping basically. So we'll be doing all these things. So stage by stage would get to everything. We mentioned mock-ups also. Okay, that works too. Yeah, moving from low fidelity to high fidelity, then prototyping the design with animation, solution design and Behance. All right. So we'll cover as much things as possible. So I'm guessing that's all the questions we have. Um, yeah. All right. So let's just. Um, so that's basically all I had for today. Yeah. So basically, just to introduce us to what we'll be doing. Yeah. So I think the next thing I'll do is, although I was hoping it could be from us, meaning someone finds a design you find challenging, post it on the group, and we take it up as a challenge to try to replicate that design. Yeah, and if anyone is proving too difficult, I could just convert it to a tutorial. Basically, that okay, this coming Saturday, we could pick a particular design screen and be like, all right, let's break this down. How was this done? Yeah, so how was this done? How was this button done? It could even be an emotion, whatever it is. It could be like, how was this done? And we work on it together. You ask your questions, I answer, everyone's happy. Yeah. So yeah, so that's I think that's it majorly from my end. So I maybe for the last call, I don't know if anyone has anything to say. It might not be a question, it could be a statement, whatever it is. So I don't know if I have anything to say. Anything? All right, so without questions, so just something you can do for me. I'm hoping you could follow me online. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, welcome. So I'll probably put on the group. I'll probably just put in my social handles and welcome. Thank you. No, we'll all go together. That's just the goal is growth, basically. Yeah. So I'll put my social handles on the group. Yeah. So I would appreciate if you can follow me and yeah, we'll kickstart things together. So this week I'll take the bold step first. I would put in a screen. If I look for a screen that I feel might be challenging, easy to do but challenging. I don't know if you got that, somewhere in the middle. Yeah. So I would put in a screen. I'll put a screen on the group, and as many of us that can replicate, yeah, I'd like us to replicate those designs. Yeah. And for complete beginners, I was trying to think of something I could do because my initial goal was, like I mentioned, was just basically leveling up design. Meaning you have your design is somewhere, let's say level 2. Now I want to level up your design to level 10. Yeah, so it was a level up. The goal of the whole workshop was the level up. Was basically leveling up, yeah. But I'll do my best to include everyone. So whether you're a complete beginner or not, we could have something to do. Maybe for beginners, complete beginners, I could recommend courses that you can take to make you catch up to everyone else that has at least an idea. So from there, we can all level up together. Yeah. So thank you. I think we can end it here. It's 4 minutes to 8. I will need software used another. Okay. So this let me just put on the group. So the software we use is called Figma. I think I'll draft I'll create a document. I think what I'll do is I'll create a document. Yeah, Figma is okay. Yeah, I'll create a document for newbies basically, where you can have resources that you can learn more. Yeah, and if you have any question, you can always ask me. You can always ask us on the group, and I'll respond on the group. Yeah, and if you are shy, you can come to my DM if you are shy. But if not, you could just ask on the group and we'll answer together. So that's if you have any question. But I'll do my best to create a document that we can all work with. Yeah. All right. So any other question before we call it a night? Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So thank you all for joining. We'll meet on the group, but we'll officially also meet visually during the weekend. So thanks for joining today. It really means a lot. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Daniel.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much. You're welcome.
Thanks so much.